Ellie Molly Parker and the Map to Real Treasure by Paul Easter. Meet Ellie Molly Parker. If you spot a girl bouncing around the Australian outback in a wide-brimmed hat and an outfit chosen by a rainbow on spin cycle, that's Ellie. Fearless, curious, and unstoppable, she's always changing clothes, never wearing the same outfit for more than 2 hours. Why not? She's rarely seen without her summer hat, even on rainy days. Adventures follow her everywhere, so buckle up, Ellie is about to take you on a wild journey. Do you think you can keep up? Meet Kip the kangaroo. Cool, confident, and rocking a pair of sunglasses that scream, "Too cool for school." With his oversized ears and laid-back swagger, Kip is always on the lookout for a good time, especially if there's something in it for him. He's the perfect co-pilot adventurer for Ellie, who he affectionately calls Toots. With Kip by her side, nothing's too difficult, as long as there's a reward at the end. You'll just have to wait and see. Every school holiday, Ellie's parents packed her off to visit her grandparents, who live in the middle of nowhere. Ellie never quite understood why. For fresh air and adventure, they said. But Ellie had her suspicions. Maybe they needed a break from her abundant energy. They'd send her off with a hug, then wave from the platform as the train to nowhere rattled out of the station. From her window seat, Ellie would look back at their faces. Were those smiles of relief or affection? She could never quite tell, as the train chugged farther into the endless outback. Ellie stared out the train window as it rattled on. Why does time crawl when there's nothing to do, she thought. No Wi-Fi, no friends, just dust for miles. There's no one to play with at Ma and Pa's, she mused, slumping into her seat. No TV, no internet, just silence. Finally, the train stopped at Nowhere Station. She hopped out of her seat, rubbed her backside, and thought, thank goodness. Standing on the platform, she saw her grandparents' car approaching. Another holiday of tea and naps, she sighed, but a tiny excitement stirred. Maybe this year would be different? As the car pulled up to Ma and Pa's homestead, Ellie stared out at the endless red earth and scattered gum trees. Yep, nothing's changed, she thought. Still as lively as a rock collection. Silence hung in the air, broken only by the buzz of flies and a far-off kookaburra's laugh. Why would anyone want to live in such a godforsaken place, Ellie wondered. No shops, no neighbors, just me, Ma, Pa, and the flies. She sighed, already picturing the days ahead, but maybe, just maybe, this year would surprise her. It didn't take Ellie long after unpacking to get bored. She went looking for something, not sure what, but that was part of the fun. After lunch, when her grandparents always had a nap, Ellie crept up to the attic, the hottest part of the house, but full of old, dusty suitcases. The attic felt like an oven, but Ellie's curiosity burned hotter. With a mischievous grin, she opened a suitcase. Inside, she found an old, tattered map. Her eyes widened. Crikey! A treasure map, she whispered excitedly. Armed with the map, all she needed to do was pack. Before heading off, Ellie poked her head into the living room. I'm going on an adventure, she declared proudly. Ma didn't look up from her knitting. That's nice, dear. Don't forget your hat. Of course she wouldn't. Ellie had spares, along with enough Vegemite sandwiches to feed a crocodile. Always be prepared, she thought. As the heat hit her, she muttered, why does every adventure out here feel like walking on the sun? Her legs buckled under the backpack's weight as she glanced back at the homestead. Ellie hiked along the dusty path when she passed a cool-looking kangaroo in sunglasses. "Hi Toots," he said, winking. "You look like you're on a mission?" Ellie blinked. "Yes, I'm on a treasure hunt." Kip's ears perked up. "Treasure? Well, consider me your guide. Name's Kip. And I'm at your service." Ellie grinned. "Nice to meet you, Kip. You can help, but no funny business." Kip grinned back. "I'm all about fun, and I promise to keep in line." "Cool," she said. They fist bumped and headed off together. Ellie and Kip trudged along the dusty trail, studying the treasure map. Ellie pointed at a strange symbol. "What do you think this means, Kip?" Kip scratched his chin. "Could be anything, river? Snake tracks? Dunno." They spotted Wally the wombat lounging under a tree. "Let's ask Wally," Ellie said, waving the map. Wally peered at it. "That's the symbol for wind. Your treasure's downwind." "Downwind?" they echoed. "Yep," Wally grinned. "Just follow the breeze, and you'll find your way." Ellie and Kip had to paddle carefully across Crocodile Creek on a wobbly log raft. Ellie squinted and whispered, "Are those crocs playing cards?" Kip chuckled, "Yep, looks like poker. Crocs are sneaky bluffers, you know." One crocodile tipped his hat at Ellie. "Afternoon, folks. Care to join? Loser swims across." Ellie grinned nervously. Thanks, but no thanks, we're on a treasure hunt." "Suit yourself," said the croc, shuffling the deck. "But if you need directions, just follow the flow, and watch out for." As Ellie and Kip squinted at the map, trying to make sense of the next clue, a kookaburra's laughter echoed from a nearby tree. "What's got you two so stumped?" Kiki the kookaburra asked, swooping down. Ellie held up the map. "We're on a treasure hunt, but this bit doesn't make sense." Kiki tilted her head and grinned. "Maybe if you turn the map the other way up, things might look a bit clearer." Ellie flipped the map and blinked. "Oh, that's better." Kiki winked, glad to help. As Ellie and Kip wandered through the bush, they suddenly stopped. A mother emu stood proudly beside a nest of eggs, except the eggs had legs. Ellie blinked, rubbed her eyes, and gasped. "I've never seen eggs with legs before." Kip chuckled. "Well, welcome to the outback, Toots. Things are always a bit different." One of the little hatchlings sprinted by, legs wiggling beneath its half-cracked shell. Ellie grinned. "Well, this adventure just got a whole lot weirder." They giggled and moved on, still in disbelief. As Ellie and Kip wandered aimlessly through the bush, a magpie perched high in a tree watched them with amusement. "Looks like they're as lost as a ball in high grass," the magpie thought, tilting his head. Below, Ellie sighed, "I swear we've passed that same bush 10 times." Kip squinted at the map, "Maybe it's upside down again?" The magpie let out a knowing squawk, as if to say, "Good luck, mate." Kip glanced up and shrugged. "Even the birds think we're hopeless." They trudged on. Ellie and Kip came to a stop, staring hopelessly at the map. "This treasure hunt's a dud," Ellie sighed. Just then, Allie the echidna waddled by. "Why the long faces?" she asked, tweaking her nose. Kip scratched his head. "What could this clue mean?" "Turn right when you see me, I'm the biggest round here, I make fresh air and you can climb me." Allie the echidna gave a knowing grin. "It's a tree, mate. The biggest one around here. See that large gum tree over yonder? Turn right there." Kip's face lit up. Of course. Thanks, Ellie. Ellie and Kip approached Danny the dingo. He was lounging in the shade, gnawing on a bone. Good day, he greeted them slyly. Treasure hunt, huh? Just follow the ridge till it dips. Easy as. Ellie raised an eyebrow. That was quick. Can we trust him? Kip glanced at Danny, then back at Ellie. Dingoes are tricky. But, hey, we've got each other, right? Ellie grinned. They fist bumped and headed off, casting one last suspicious glance at the lounging dingo. Let's hope he's not making this up. Ellie and Kip, nearing a creek, spotted Patty the platypus grinning from ear to ear, holding a sign. What's this all about? Ellie asked. Patty chuckled. Answer my riddle, and I'll give you your next clue. Kip raised an eyebrow. After a quick huddle, Ellie nodded. We've got it. It's you. Patty winked. Smart cookies, you too. Okay, follow the creek until you see the big rock. Turn left from there, and good luck. Ellie grinned at Kip. Easy peasy. And they were off again. Ellie and Kip stood in the middle of the towering termite mound maze. Are we in some sort of giant playground? Ellie whispered. Kip adjusted his sunglasses and squinted. Looks like we've got ourselves a maze. These termites are really great builders. Hey. How do we get out of here? Ellie asked, glancing nervously at the twisting paths. Kip shrugged. Simple toots. We follow the breeze, or just hope for the best. They shared a laugh and started walking, hopefully in the right direction. Out of nowhere, the sky turned dark and a downpour hit Ellie and Kip like a bucket of water. Crikey, where did that come from? Ellie squealed. The rain stopped as quickly as it started, and soon the sun was shining with a bright rainbow stretching across the sky. Ellie grinned, pointing. They say there's a pot of gold at the end of a rainbow. Kip adjusted his sunglasses and nodded. All right then, toots, let's head in that direction. With renewed excitement, they ran towards the rainbow, hoping it might lead them to their treasure. As Ellie and Kip raced towards the end of the rainbow, they noticed it was vanishing the closer they got. Suddenly, two squawking budgies swooped down, one landing right on Ellie's hat. Green is so last season, one screeched. Blue clashes with everything, the other squawked back. Ellie rolled her eyes. Really? You're arguing about fashion? Kip chuckled. Listen, both of you look fab. Now, can we get back to finding this treasure? Ellie grinned. The budgies flapped off, still bickering as Ellie and Kip continued on their way. High up in the gum trees, Kylie the koala munched lazily on a gum leaf. Take the path by the billabong, she yelled unannounced, barely lifting her head to look down at Ellie and Kip. Ellie shouted back. That sounds easy enough. Kylie kept munching. But, watch out for the snappy snappers. Snappy what? Kip asked, adjusting his sunglasses nervously. With a grin, Kylie went back to her leaf. You'll find out. Good luck, mates. Ellie and Kip looked at each other nervously. At the billabong, Ellie gasped as a group of turtles snapped excitedly at leaves. Kip chuckled, adjusting his sunglasses. Looks like they prefer salad over us, toots, must be veggie lovers. Ellie giggled as they cautiously tiptoed past the hungry reptiles, not one turtle paying them the slightest bit of attention. Well, at least we're not on the menu today, Kip grinned, throwing a cheeky glance back at the turtles. Ellie smiled, relieved that their adventure didn't include becoming turtle lunch. Ellie knew they'd be spending the night in the bush, so she quickly scribbled a note for her grandparents. "No mobile reception, but we've got a friendly bird," she said, tying the note to the magpie's leg. "Off you go, mate." Ellie smiled as the bird took flight. "Always important to let your loved ones know you're safe, if you're running late or having a bush sleepover," Ellie added. With that, the magpie soared into the sunset, carrying Ellie's message home. Ellie and Kip huddled together under the cold, starry night sky. "You ever notice how everything seems spookier in the dark?" Ellie whispered, glancing at the rustling bushes. Kip adjusted his sunglasses, despite it being pitch black. "Nah, toots, just the bush saying goodnight." A distant howl made them both jump. "Okay, maybe it's more of a good luck than a good night," Kip chuckled nervously. Ellie grinned, "As long as we stick together, we'll be fine, right?" Kip nodded, "Totally, probably." They got up early the next morning. Ellie squinted at the treasure map again. "We're nearly there, Kip. Just gotta cross this river, on that bridge." Kip adjusted his sunglasses, eyeing the wobbly rope bridge. "Looks like it's seen better days?" "Yeah, like back when dinosaurs roamed," Ellie muttered. They cautiously stepped on, the bridge creaking with every move. "Almost there, toots, don't look down," Kip called out. They made it across, laughing at the adventure and the prize awaiting. Ellie swirled with delight. "There it is, Kip," she exclaimed, gazing at the almost hidden cave behind the waterfall. Kip squinted, noticing the ancient Aboriginal art adorning the entrance. "Whoa! Those paintings, they show adventures and treasured memories from times past." Ellie beamed. "I think we've just found something even better than gold." Kip nodded with a grin. "Looks like we're following in some pretty legendary footsteps, toots." Once inside the cave, Ellie and Kip met Leo, the ancient lizard. Adjusting his glasses with a knowing smile, he greeted them both. "Where's the treasure, Leo?" Kip asked excitedly. Leo stroked his chin. "Ah, treasure, you say? Wander further into the cave, past the ancient walls, to the reflection pond. There, you'll find it." Kip squinted. "A reflection pond?" Leo grinned. "Trust me, the real treasure is what you'll see." Ellie nodded eagerly. "All right, let's go, Kip, the treasure awaits." They found the reflection pool at the foot of some steps. Ellie and Kip stood at the edge, peering in. "What do you see?" Kip asked, squinting. Ellie burst into laughter. "Kip, look. The treasure is us." Kip raised an eyebrow. "Huh?" Ellie giggled. "Our friendship's silly. That's the real treasure. It's worth more than all the money in the world." Kip smirked, adjusting his sunglasses. "Well, toots, I guess we really hit the jackpot, didn't we?" Ellie smiled. "After all we've been through, it's been a test of our friendship, all this time." As the sun dipped toward the horizon, Kip made sure Ellie made it back home safely, before sunset. Ellie smiled at Kip. "Thanks for everything, Kip. This adventure was unforgettable." Kip adjusted his sunglasses with a grin. "No worries, toots. It was a blast." "Will you be around next holidays?" Ellie asked, her eyes sparkling. "You bet," Kip replied with a wink. They exchanged their goodbyes, the warm glow of the setting sun marking the end of their adventure, for now. As Ellie stood by the train, her grandparents waved with big smiles. "Don't forget to write," her grandpa called out. Ellie grinned to herself, thinking, "If only they knew what I got up to this week. Treasure hunts, rainbow chases, and bickering budgies?" Yeah, they'd never believe it. With one last wave, she hopped onto the train, her backpack filled with memories and maybe a few things her grandparents didn't need to know about.